Hello everyone and welcome to Brighouse Town TV. Today we're delighted to be joined by the first team manager Vill Powell. Just have a bit of a catch up and just see how things are. Vill, how are we doing?
We're good. Obviously we can see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, so yeah, good.
Yeah, excellent. Let's talk about things off the pitch to start with. Obviously we've not played football for 3-4 months now. How's the club looking financially? How's the place looking?
It's been tough. I'm not, I can't, like many other non-league clubs. It's been tough, but we've got us ducks in a row and cut us cloth accordingly. I've had good chats with James and Charlie and people in the football club, and we're doing things to ensure that when we do come back, and when the doors sort of finally do open, we're ready to sort of maximise the financial side from the football club's point of view, and that's the service we offer in terms of beer and food and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's been tough. It's impacted the club, but there's a lot of work going on down at the club. We've improved the bar and the clubhouse facility even further, touching it up with a bit of paint, and we've also provided, or will be providing certainly for the coming months, an outdoor area where we can service individuals or fans or just members of the public that want to come when there's not a game on. We've done that, or doing that, in process of doing that. So it's just a case of tinkering up the place, giving it a lick of paint, improving what on last season and improving on previous seasons on what we're doing. So yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously, for people that don't know, we had our ground grading happen in the last couple of months, which we passed, which is excellent. I mean, is there going to be any sort of improvements or new things happening to the ground in the next sort of 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, we passed with flying colours on that. There were nothing, we literally just waltzed through it. They were there for no more than 20 minutes. So that shows you we're doing something right. We like to stay on top of things, and yeah, we'll always try and improve what we do at the football club, and then the facilities. Certainly, the facilities, we've got a lot of, Mark Booth's doing some great work in terms of the junior sections and increasing the numbers in and around our junior sections, which all feed in, both men and women, or boys and girls, feed in hopefully through the structure of the football club into our relevant first teams, men's first team and the women's first team. So as I say, we're always trying to improve the facilities, the pitches, the equipment that we've got to enable us to have sort of that structure and that quality in place in terms of both sort of from a coaching perspective and from a player perspective at all levels and all age group and on all sexes.
Yeah, excellent. Let's talk a bit about on the pitch now. I'm just going to touch a bit on the academy. Also, they've come back recently, started playing games again. They did get 2 defeats to start off with, and they were quite heavy defeats, but they came back yesterday from 2-1 down to win 3-2. I mean, how good is that to see the fight and resilience from them kind of lads?
Listen, to be honest, Wardy's been doing some great work with the academy, obviously in what can only be described as impossible times, but in very difficult times, certainly, and he's doing a great job. Keeping the lads sort of together, motivated, is challenging, and certainly at this stage, yes, of course, the results are always, they're always sort of looked at as the main headline. But as I say, the academy for the football club, it's about sort of a pathway for players to the first team, and the success will be in that. And I know we've got some good young players. John went to watch the 3-2 win yesterday. Our assistant manager John Francis went to watch that game. Was really impressed with the quality of the players, and really impressed with the attitude of the players, and hopefully, in the future, some of those will pull on a first team shirt, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, excellent. Next, we'll talk a bit about the Yorkshire Trophy that's coming up. Finally, we got the go ahead to do that, and not as many teams as we hoped for, but we've still got 5 teams that are wanting to take part. How much looking forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's been one of the most difficult things to sort of achieve during the season. I mean, it has been tough to get off the ground. I'm glad, we have done. I fully understand why several of the teams chose not to take part, simply because of what can only be described as ludicrous restrictions we've still got on us in terms of fans. We said it weren't going to go ahead without fans. that was always the case. It weren't going to go ahead without fans. We've managed to sort of come to some sort of compromise in regards to getting it off the ground with fans from the 17th in a 2-week schedule. There was still the appetite there from five of the clubs that you've seen. So yeah, really pleased just to finish the season on a positive note, really, and not go out with a whimper. I don't like things to go out on a whimper. I like things to go out on a positive vibe. So hopefully that's what we'll create with this tournament, with the teams involved. Spoke to the managers that they're all keen as mustard as well. So yeah, really pleased to have gotten it off the ground and it be going ahead on the 17th in front of fans.
Yeah, you mentioning fans then. Obviously, they are allowed to return from May 17th. And under the current restrictions at the minute, well, when they come in on May 17th, they're saying that we can have 50% of our ground capacity, which for a club like ourselves is 675. I mean, for kind of like all the games we've lost in the league, obviously we've got these 2 games at home where we can have up to 675 fans. How much of a boost will that be for the football club? Not just on admissions, but on food and drink as well, and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, all clubs, all non-league clubs across the pyramid have suffered with very little sort of concern or minimal support from the government, or not enough support from the government, I'd like to add. So, this is just a boost to that. It's not going to replace what's been lost or where we've been hit, but ultimately it'll give a positive boost to the end of the season. Hopefully, we'll get the maximum crowds that we can have across all clubs. And provide some entertaining football, non-league football. Certainly, what's gone off with the elitist. It's been no secret in the news this week about what's gone off with the European Super League. It just highlights how disconnected that level is from the real fan and the people that are the lifeblood of the game. So, non-league football still connected to the real fan, and still connected to the lifeblood. So, hopefully, or not hopefully, we will be doing that from the 17th of May and getting some football on.
Yeah, excellent. Let's talk about what's taking place kind of this week, which is an FA meeting in terms of the rescheduling of the leagues around our level, steps 3 to 6. And like I said, today they're having an FA meeting. There's talks of different leagues coming into place and different clubs coming up from different steps. I mean, looking at the league in terms of what our league might look like, how much of a benefit is that to us with the teams being a bit more local?
I mean, if it reduces the travel and increases attendances, I'm all for it. Whoever we plays or whether we play at, as I said, we from my point of view, I've still got the lingering feeling that we should be at step 3 because, rightfully so. In the last completed season, we won the playoffs. So, in that sense, from me, whoever comes in, it'll add a different level of competition. Certainly from the league above, the league below, there are teams that have, that are, throwing, serious money, trying to get at this level. Some of those teams may come up in our league next season, so it'll add that additional competition, additional strength and depth to the league. So for me, it is what it is. It's part of it. They want to get an actual pyramid throughout the non-league system. They'll achieve that with an extra league at our step, which obviously they need to fill. So it's just part of the process. And for me, hopefully it will be beneficial in terms of local teams, in terms of increased attendance, and in terms of less travel. So yeah, all good.
Nice one, Bill. Thanks for joining us.
Brilliant. Thanks, Demo.